Hello friends! Today I've got a special video for you where I'll show you how I created 5 3D models of Italian Brainrot characters. You'll get to see the entire process, from the very first cubes to the finished animations, and hear about the challenges I faced along the way. Before we start, I wanted to thank everyone who supported my previous videos. Your comments and reactions really inspire me to keep going. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to check out my Telegram. The first character I worked on was Fabumba Traruli, a big funny elephant with pink slippers that immediately caught my eye. Even though this was only the second model on my list, I barely had any trouble making him. I'm still at the beginning of my journey in this field, so some steps might not have been perfect, but that's exactly how I learned what problems I might run into later on. Next came Ludindindun, a banana character who turned out to be the most stubborn of them all. At first, things went smoothly. I quickly modeled the body, arms and head, added the basic shapes, and everything seemed perfect. When I turned on certain layers, I noticed something strange. Half of the textures had disappeared, and the other half overlapped itself. The model looked like several people had painted it at the same time. I thought it was just a small glitch and decided to repaint the texture from scratch, but the same problem showed up again. By the third attempt, I was starting to lose patience, but my stubbornness would let me quit. In the end, I realized there was no automatic fix. I had to take the slowest route, manually moving each layer back into place and make sure they didn't overlap. It was a long, tedious process, like putting together a puzzle with way too many teeny pieces. I literally adjusted every single element until the result finally looked clean. Once the texture was done, I moved on to animations, and Ludindindun showed even more personality. When idle, he doesn't just stand still, he flexes his muscles, as if trying to impress everyone around him. But in combat mode, he completely changes, lunging forward and throwing a flurry of fast punches. That contrast makes him stand out and gives him a unique charm. The third character was Gorilla Watermelon Drillo. I always liked gorillas, so I wanted to reflect that in her design. She turned out both intimidating and funny at the same time. A serious face on a goofy body. She's also quite buff, so I knew I'd need to spend a lot of time working on the muscles to make them look realistic but still match the game style. Modeling her shape was easy. The body, head, arms and legs came together quickly, but texturing was a different story. When I started adding fine details, I realized I had made the texture too large. That meant I was basically painting with a regular brush instead of working pixel by pixel. The color was another problem. She was completely black, which made the smaller details disappear. For animation, I wanted something unusual. For walking, I planned for her to roll forward like a ball. For her attack, I imagined a powerful punch followed by a backflip. It looked amazing in my head, but during testing, the movements clashed. They were in opposite direction and didn't flow well. In the end, I had to simplify them. Now, I already have an idea how to avoid the problem next time. The fourth character was Molonio, the cucumber, the classy gentleman of my models. Before I started working on him, I took some time to think through my approach. At first glance, the model seemed simple, no tricky curves, minimal elements, but that's exactly what made it difficult. When a character looks easy to model, making them actually interesting is much harder, because there's little room for extra details. Without them, the design can feel plain and boring. In cases like this, the focus has to be on the texture and color. But here's the problem: I'm not an artist, and my drawing skills sometimes leave much to be desired. Still, I wasn't going to give up, and decided to do my best. Finally, the fifth character in this series was Budigi Dun. Just look at those muscles, what a champ! This athlete immediately grabs attention with his sporty look and confidence. Creating him was surprisingly easy and fun. In the end, he turned out perfectly balanced. Both his appearance and animation reinforced his image as a strong, confident sportsman. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Here are all 5 models in their full glory. Rate them in the comments and tell me which one's your favorite and who you'd like to see in the next episode. If this video gets 1000 likes, I will release the mod in my Telegram absolutely free. And for those who don't want to wait and want to try this mod right now, you can buy the mod directly for me. The easiest way is to message me on Instagram, since YouTube sometimes delays or even hides comments. This was your Naming. See you next time.